Welcome to our new series of videos dedicated to the fascinating science of animal behavior. In this series, we'll explore the mysteries and wonders of the animal kingdom, delving into the amazing scientific studies that help us understand why animals behave the way they do. Animals surround us, whether it's the majestic predators that rule the wild lands, the sea creatures that inhabit the deep oceans, or even our domestic furry companions. Each of them has a unique range of behaviors that allow them to survive, reproduce, and interact with their environment in amazing ways. But how do animals make their decisions? How do they communicate with each other? And why do certain behaviors change over time? This is where the science of animal behavior comes in. Through in-depth methods of observation, experimentation, and analysis, scientists are exploring the secrets of the animal world. So, if you're curious to learn more about amazing animal behaviors and the reasons behind their actions, you've come to the right place. Prepare for a captivating journey through the wonders of the animal world and an exploration of the science of animal behavior. Ethology. Ethology is the scientific study of animal behavior in their natural environment. Ethologists observe animals in their natural habitat to understand their behavior, social interactions, communication patterns, and reproductive strategies. Modern ethology has been influenced by the pioneering work of researchers such as Konrad Lorenz, Nicolaas Tinbergen, and Carl von Frisch, who were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1973 for their discoveries on patterns of animal behavior. Their studies laid the foundations of ethology by emphasizing the rigorous observation of animals in their natural environment. Comparative psychology. Comparative psychology studies the similarities and differences between human and animal behavior. She explores cognitive, emotional, and behavioral processes in animals to better understand the evolution and origins of human behavior. Comparative psychology emerged in the 19th century, with researchers such as George Romanes and Edward Thorndike performing experiments to study learning and intelligence in animals. Over time, the discipline has grown to include studies of memory, communication, problem-solving, and perceptual processes in animals. Neuroethology. Neuroethology examines the neurological bases of animal behavior. She studies how the nervous system of animals processes sensory information, regulates motor behaviors, and influences cognitive processes. Neuroethology emerged from the integration of ethology and neurobiology. In the 1940s and 1950s, researchers began using neural activity recording techniques to study the neural correlates of behavior in animals. Major discoveries, such as the work of Hubel and Wiesel on visual receptors in primates, laid the foundation for understanding the neural mechanisms of animal behavior. Behavioral genetics. Behavioral genetics studies the genetic influences on animal behavior. She examines how genetic variations can influence specific behaviors, such as aggression, sociability, food preference, and reproductive traits. Behavioral genetics has evolved with advances in molecular genetics. Early studies used artificial selection approaches to study behaviors in domestic animals. Over time, the discipline has grown to include studies on the identification of specific genes linked to behaviors and the study of the molecular mechanisms underlying these genetic influences. Behavioral ecology. Behavioral ecology studies the behavior of animals in relation to their environment and their interactions with other species. It examines how animals interact with their physical environment, foraging for food, choosing habitat, establishing territories, and engaging in social behaviors. Behavioral ecology originated in the 1970s when ecologists began to recognize the importance of behaviors in animal interactions with their environment. Researchers have begun to study how adaptive behaviors can promote survival, reproduction, and competition between species. Sociobiology. Sociobiology studies the social behaviors of animals by focusing on the evolutionary mechanisms underlying these behaviors. It examines behaviors such as cooperation, competition, altruism, and sexual selection. Sociobiology was developed in the 1960s and 1970s by researchers such as E.O. Wilson. Wilson's work proposed that social behaviors can be explained by evolutionary and genetic mechanisms. The discipline has generated debate and controversy, but it has also provided insights into the origins and motivations of social behaviors in animals. In conclusion, the science of animal behavior reveals to us the extraordinary diversity and complexity of the animal world. Each of these disciplines allows us to better understand the animals that share our planet. We discover how they adapt to their environment, communicate, interact, and behave in a way that allows them to survive, reproduce, and thrive. Animal behavior science is an ever-evolving field, with new discoveries and advances emerging regularly. By continuing to support research and raising awareness of the importance of studying animal behavior, we contribute to a better understanding of these fascinating beings and their place in our ecosystem. We still have a lot to learn about animal behavior, and each new discovery brings us closer to the complex enigma of animal life. By appreciating and respecting animals, we also become aware of our responsibility towards them and towards our environment. We hope this video has inspired you to further explore the science of animal behavior and marvel at the richness and diversity of the animal world around us. Together we can continue to learn, protect, and preserve animals and their fascinating behavior for generations to come. Thank you for watching this video and for sharing this passion for the science of animal behavior. Always remember the importance of coexisting harmoniously with other species and preserving the beauty of our animal world.